Hey everybody, I'm Lou. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this November 2023 forecast. So this is a general astrology and tarot card reading, and I do recommend that you watch for your rising sign first if you know it. Then you can watch your sun sign and your moon sign afterwards if you wish to do so, but the rising sign is going to be the most accurate. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That really helps me and also helps me to continue to produce these forecasts down the track. Now, as always, I wish to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that I'm doing these readings on, the Gumbaynggirr people, and recognize their continued connection to their culture and country. I wish to pay my respects to the elders past, present, and emerging, and I recognize that this is and always will be Aboriginal land. Let's get into the forecast. Hello there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the month of November 2023. And we open up the reading with Spider-Woman co-creation. So we have a really interesting month this month for you, Sagittarius. I'm really curious to see how this energy unfolds. We're in the 12th house. So we're in Scorpio season representing your 12th house. This is what this co-creation card has come in for, okay? Because in the 12th house is where we connect to divine, we connect to higher power, we connect to spirit, to source, we connect to the power within us, within our subconscious mind, all of our experiences that we have collected, that we've collaborated, our emotional backpack that we take with us through life, our baggage, right? So both shadow and light side of that whole sphere and that whole realm, okay, will be activated this month. So the universe is co-creating with you. This card co-creation is telling you that. That's that 12th house activation. We've got the sun there. We have Mars there. We have Mercury there. And we also have a new moon in Scorpio on the 13th of November. So that new moon in Scorpio is going to be conjunct Mars. It's at 20 degrees of Scorpio conjunct Mars. So it is going to be a very powerful initiating moon, initiating something new. But for you, Sagittarius, it's initiating the end of something, a clearing of something. Okay, so we're clearing away debris, clearing away baggage that cannot come forward with you anymore into this new experience that you're co-creating with the universe. The Spider-Woman card is really emphasizes the use of your imagination, and that's where that 12th house activation is. The 12th house is the house of your imagination. It's ruled by Pisces. Okay, it's ruled by Neptune, so it's very imaginative. It's how we create our reality through our imagination, how we peek beyond the veil and pull through new experiences, new situations into our life through our imagination. So this card is really encouraging you, particularly for the first half of the month, to focus on your dreams, to focus on your vision, maybe even your actual dreams, like maybe messages will come up for you through your dreams or through your meditations. And to be really aware of that, to utilize that, tap into that for the information that's there for the purpose of co-creating. So the creation side of it will probably come as we move into Sagittarius season on the 22nd. Mars will move into Sagittarius season on the 24th. So as that energy shifts into your first house, that's when you might start to see this momentum take form in your life. But for now, for the first part of November, it's about co-conspiring, co-creating, working together with the divine forces, the forces that are bigger than you, the forces that know more than you, that have more power, have more sway than you, really tapping into that and utilizing it in whatever way you do that personally. So you're coming into the reading with the Two of Swords. Possibly there's decisions to be made, being pulled in two different directions is what I'm seeing for you, Sagittarius. When we're in the 12th house, with that 12th house energy, it's a really good time to take a break, take a time out. Okay, and also a really good time to reflect. So as we move into Sagittarius season, we're coming into either your birthday if you're watching for your sun sign, or your astrological new year if you're watching for your rising sign, okay? Either way, it marks a new cycle in your life, a new beginning for the next 12 months. So when we're in this 12th house Scorpio season for the first 3 weeks of the month, a really good time to reflect, to pay attention to and consider and review the last 12 months that you've just been through, all the things you've achieved, all the goals that you had that you've ticked off, all the things that have happened that maybe were unexpected, okay, and how you handled that and what came up for you. So it's a really good time this month to do that work, because then as we move into Sagittarius season, you can start setting intentions for the future. And those intentions are what we weave into this energy of co-creation, right? So we start to plan ahead for the next 12 months. So you may have a decision with the Two of Swords here. There may be a decision coming up. And what I'm saying is to take that time out to tune in with yourself, to tune in and reflect and consider and contemplate. So you don't need to rush into this decision. You don't need to stress yourself out over this decision, okay? The energy with Mars in the 12th house, it can be very stressful. To be honest, it is quite a stressful energy. So if there's stress coming up around this decision, take that time out, take that space and meditate on it or contemplate on it or give yourself a break. So the environment is, the Strength card representing the environment does sort of indicate that there is a need for you to gather your strength. So something maybe within the environment is challenging you. So I will say about the moons this month, the moons this month are going to be very challenging. So that new moon in Scorpio on the 13th is in your 12th house. Like I said, this letting go, releasing, surrendering is in conjunction with Mars, and it's in opposition with Uranus in Taurus, which is your 6th house. So there is this tension happening between, and this Two of Swords, tension happening between your physical reality, the physical realm, like what you're actually like the practicalities of navigating this physical world, like money, family, time, those kinds of things, responsibilities, routines, habits, and then the spiritual. So this, what is being co-created. So what is being co-created may not really fit into the realm of your reality at this point, okay? And so you may be feeling really pulled into different directions, especially around that new moon. It's fresh energy, so it's new. So being pulled in two directions wouldn't surprise me. The other thing is that we have a full moon in Gemini on 27th of November. So at the end of the month, when we'll be in Sagittarius season, that full moon is making an opposition to Mars in your sign. So Mars moves into your sign on the 24th, making an opposition, but it's also making a T-square with Saturn, and Saturn is in your 4th house. It's really challenging, okay, because Sagittarius, your 1st house and 7th house and 4th house, they're called the angular houses, which means they're the houses that actually, when those houses are activated, they actually is usually when major life-changing things happen, right? So there's the catalyst for major shifts in our lives when those houses are activated. So with the 4th house, with Saturn in the 4th house, Saturn will move direct on the 4th of November. So Saturn will start moving forward through Pisces. Again, it's at 0 degrees of Pisces, hitting that cusp, which again is another significant aspect. And so Saturn moving forward, moving direct, is starting to bring your attention back to the structures within your home environment. Maybe this is within your family system, within your family structure, the pecking order, or the way that your family is structured in some way. Maybe it's to do with your physical residence, your home environment. Maybe it's to do with your foundations in life, or with your foundations from your past, from your childhood. So things like that. And maybe it could be all of them, right? So Saturn does tend to cover lots of different topics at the same time. And so this is really going to be polarized, either with your partner or with yourself. So your partner and yourself may have differing goals, or somebody in your family may have differing goals, and there could be a lot of contrast. This is where this strength comes in. This strength, and when Mars moves into your 1st house on the 24th, that will be boosting and amplifying your inner strength. Mars does give us a lot of inner strength, a lot of willpower, a lot of determination. remembering to be quietly confident, quietly strong. Okay, that's the kind of energy. We don't want to become aggressive or overly assertive. This is that inner strength that comes from within, knowing that as you make this decision, whatever decision you make, you will have your own back. The universe has your back. Everything's going to be okay. And the universe needs you to relax and release and become more receptive. We've got the 6 of coins here. Again, like I said, that 12th house energy is the house of surrendering. We have to surrender to a greater power, something greater than ourselves, divine, really stepping in. But this is for the purpose of you to receive. So receiving something coming into your life. So whatever changes, whatever decisions, whatever tension is coming up for you, okay, with those moons or, with that 12th house energy, it's all got a purpose. There's a purpose here. There's expansion happening. The universe has got your back. Your inner being knows where you're going. There's a soul path here. The problem occurs when we resist that. When we set up resistance from our physical perspective, when we don't understand the bigger picture, we can't see the bigger picture, okay, which I know that you're really good at as a Sagittarius, but you are still human, and all humans don't have that insight all the time that the divine has. And so the universe is calling you really to just drop into that receptive mode, allow everything to come to you. So there's no need to push forward here. Like I said, with the strength card, that strength comes from within, that inner strength. It's not being aggressive. It's not being assertive. It's not taking action. It's not moving towards something. It's being quietly strong, quietly confident, humbly confident. And just allowing the events and the world around you to unfold how they're going to unfold anyway, whether you're in resistance or not. We have the Knight of Swords and the Temperance card. I do see the Knight of Swords. There's drama. The Knight of Swords does indicate a lot of drama. That's that conflict, that those opposing forces. The T-square with that full moon on the 27th is very, very challenging. It does emphasize 2 components of your life that cannot gel together, and so needing to make tough decisions, 2 of Swords, having to be strong, having to rise above the drama, get cut through the drama and find some level of clarity. Now with the Temperance card here, it is indicating a need to use moderation, so not swinging between extremes. Okay, being careful of recognizing, identifying if you're becoming too extreme on one end of the scale or the other. So the Temperance card really is telling you that even though these 2 situations seem like they cannot, there's like no coherence, there's no solution to bring these together, the Temperance card is the alchemy card of the tarot. It can alchemize 2 substances, like chemical reaction, and create something new. So it is an indicator, it is a kind of a nod towards the possibility that these 2 situations can blend together well if you allow yourself to step back from the process and sort of allow it to all unfold. Allow yourself to receive the answers, to receive the information, to receive the solutions, and to just hold on strong. Keep your inner strength and your trust that everything is going to work out. We have the Devil card, yeah. So, I mean, if you're feeling out of balance, out of whack, this is just old programming coming up from the subconscious mind. The 12th house is the house of subconscious, so that's always going to happen whenever the 12th house is activated, especially with Mars there, okay? So there's going to be baggage, there's going to be traumas, there's going to be wounds, things, old stuff coming up to the surface. for the purpose of healing, really. Like we're trying to shift them, release them, surrender them so that you can move forward baggage free, like I said, into the next 12 months of your life. Releasing anything over the last 12 months that you maybe hold guilt or regret around, and releasing that so you can shift forward into something more positive, because we have the Four of Wands on the bottom of the deck, which is a cause for celebration. So it does indicate that there's celebration afoot, and maybe that is becoming Sagittarius season at the end of the month, and maybe it's your birthday. If your birthday's in November, happy birthday. And maybe that's the celebration, and focusing on that will benefit you and help you to move through this more steadily. But with the Four of Wands as well, it is a coming together of family. So again, like I said, with that family activation, there's ability, there is this possibility that it will all work out, that that family or friends will come together and be able to co-create harmoniously with you. Okay, we have befriend your fear monster. Yep, so that's that devil. So fears may be coming out this month, like I said, from the subconscious mind. These are just fears. They're just doubts. They're just anxieties, okay, that come from really the ego. Okay, so knowing that these fears come from a place of experience, past experiences, past associations, but they aren't necessarily factual. Okay, you're in a new situation, so this is a really beautiful month to let go of those fears, let go of things that you don't want to move forward with you in terms of fears and baggages. So fear can be a major catalyst that prevents us from stepping forward into a new life. It can stop us from trying new things, from expanding, from growing. It can keep us small, keep us trapped. The devil, okay, fear can really do a number on us, Sagittarius, if we allow it to take hold, take root in our psyche. And so, especially as we move into Sagittarius season, you have this fresh burst of energy at the end of the month, the 22nd, Mars on the 24th. There's this opportunity to create something new, to build some momentum moving forward over the next 12 months. But if the fear takes hold, then there's a possibility that you will sabotage that. Okay, so making sure we're not allowing our fears to sabotage that. Healthy dose of fear is okay, but it's when we allow our fear to get in the way of big things, of great things, that it becomes unhealthy. It's important whenever we're working with the emotional body on that level, particularly, when these, like with the astrology that's involved here, it's really important to acknowledge these emotions that are coming up from you and validating them. Because in the 12th house, there is a tendency to suppress and reject. And when we do that, that becomes trapped in our body. It becomes trapped in our subconscious mind and in our body. And that's when we start to experience things like trauma and disease. So if you have fears coming up, if you have doubts, if you have negative emotions coming up, just take that time to be with it. Like I said at the beginning, take the time to be with yourself. Take the time out to be with your emotions, to feel through it. Because as you feel it, it starts to shift and it starts to move and flow out of your body, and can be transmuted into other things, into other emotions, into other energy. But if you ignore it, if you suppress it, if you reject it, then it starts to get pushed down, get trapped, and then it starts to fester, okay? So we don't want that moving forward. We want a clean slate by the end of November. Okay, and surrender to play. Take a break. Overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. Exactly what I've been saying, just take it easy on yourself this month. Allow yourself to receive, which is also that sort of playful energy. Play is that receptive mode, that receptive energy. So that's how you actually connect with the divine, is through play and through ease and through creativity, through receptivity. Okay, that's how we co-create with the divine. When you're in this fear-based mode, which is resistance, you are blocking the flow of the divine through you, and that blocks your creative potential. So if that's happening for you, Sagittarius, recognize it, acknowledge the fear is genuine and valid, and then try and find a way to drop into some playfulness, into some ease, into some peace. Okay, that is your month this month, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for being here with me. Please do subscribe to my channel, and I will see you again next time. Take care.